Muhammad Renaldi Madana, and this is CNN News. Today, we delve into the world of veganism, a lifestyle gaining popularity for its environmental and health benefits. However, a new study has unveiled some unintended side effects that might raise eyebrows. Welcome back to CNN News. While we've been discussing the unintended side effects of veganism, it's crucial to note that there are staunch supporters who argue for its benefits. Let's hear from a passionate vegan advocate to provide a counter perspective.
Right, hello, good afternoon, everyone. We are at CNN News today to live report with our guest today, Mr. Ahmad Rehan, on the topic centering around veganism. Today will be a discussion and also a conversation about the impact of veganism in today's society. All right, Mr. Ahmad Rehan, let's get started with our first question. Can you tell me about what, who are you, and also what do you do with yourself today?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you, Mr. Raka, and for reporting this to the CNN News. So, as you said, that my name is Ahmed Rehan, and quite an expert and a researcher on the topic of veganism, especially in the current and modern era. So, as you know, because currently it's a very, very trending topic because of pollution and all the stuff. So, yeah, and I'm very happy to be invited to CNN News today. So thank you for the opportunity for that.
Right. So, tell me more about how did you your campaign with your belief on veganism within the society, and also what does it impact you yourself as a person, and also what does it impact within the society that you lived in as well? Tell me more about that.
Well, veganism is more than just eating plants and avoiding killing animals and protecting the world. It's deeper than that because veganism, what most people think that it's just us humans, we only eat like vegetarians and all those things and protect animals. But it goes on to the next generation as well because currently the world is very polluted, as we all know. And I think from my campaign and from our campaign, which is to stop this masses of killing of animals and pollution and everything that destroys the world for the next coming generation, for our kids, especially for our kids, grandchildren, and everything. So this goes beyond our time. It goes even for the next a couple of 100 years, actually, because even according to our next fellow Guardian.com, it says that 75% is the world is polluted because of this, and there is a chance by reducing a couple of percentages by reducing this slaughtering of animals and pollution on all the things by by we can save them by helping by planting the plants and deforestation and all those things that that could impact it for the environment, and not only for our close environment but for the entire world, obviously. And it's not only for our world, but as an individual, it can also help us majorly because it has been proven many times by scientists from all around the world that eating plants and having a plant-based diet helps our body and makes our body more stronger and efficient, and it is more efficient as a source of energy for us human beings because not only it does contains a lot of nutrients such as vitamins and carbons and all of these things, it gives proper nutrients for our body and enough nutrients to support our daily works. So not so that it benefits us and it also benefits the entire world majorly. Not only that, we can also increase the population of endangered species, like for example the rhinoceros and the tigers and all these animals who are going to be extinct in a couple of years, which is a massive thing because these animals will be extinct, and it's going to cause a lot of problem for the ecosystem of the environment and the jungle and everything. So I think this is a really a big major issue that is happening around the world. So I think, yeah, I think people should be more focusing on this topic as well, because not only it's going to happen on our generation, but it goes on for our kids and their kids and their grandkids as well. So yeah, I think that's one of the main reasons why I'm here to support this idea.
All right, interesting. So you mentioned right about the efficiency of vegan diets resulted in, like, I believe 75% of the saving the climate or something like that. So does that actually feel what on your belief and also what your campaigning is? Does that makes the world or even like the environment become less dangerous, or does it actually become resulted within the other result? Because what we've actually saw as well is that veganism is also can be resulted as a population massacre for the animals as well. So if this is actually believable, so when you're actually eating plants, you're actually eating the number one nutrition or the number one source of some animals that you are actually eating. So this method of efficiency and also the stats resulted within your research as well can be concluded within the results of why does veganism is actually can be a lifestyle that impactful within the society of the couple of years, like you said. So tell us more about that, since this is actually a very important and also interesting discussion as well.
Yes, I would like to answer that very. That's a very really good question, because I'm pretty sure everyone is also around, aware of that problem, because not only that, obviously plants, herbivorous animals are there, and their main primary source of energy is from vegetables or from vegetables or from plants, in the jungle and the forest. But obviously it goes on beyond that, because of course, like you said, herbivorous primary resource of food and energy. But by saving this, plants are actually easy to grow, especially when it is quite an easy cycle to go, planting trees and planting grasses and everything. This is quite an easy and cheaper way to uh, recycle and stuff like that. Whereas if you eat and kill animals, it takes time for animals to grow, and to make a new family and to grow, and all those things to make their population grow. It takes a long time. Whereas plants and trees, it takes only a couple of years, and it's quite an easy thing, because after you cut a tree, for example, you cut one tree, you can produce multiple trees. So it is not like if you kill an animal, you can produce another multiple of animals. No, but when you cut the tree, you can produce more trees in the same way. From one tree, you can produce multiple trees, and this can conserve many things. And of course, by planting trees, it reduces air pollutions, and increase the ozone layer, so that the ice is in the North and South Pole as well, so that they don't melt quite easily, so that the sea level don't rise as much as we expect to grow in the next couple of years. It reduces that chances of floods and other things such as that. So I think trees have a lot more functions for us, especially not only for as a resource of energy, or food and stuff like that, or medicines. But trees actually helps controlling the rain cycles, or the floods, or even the fertility of the soil, or even the environmental weather, or temperature, climate, and stuff like that. So trees are actually very important for us. So by conserving and protecting these trees, I think it does not only help for like I said, a couple of generations, but it also uh reduces a lot of natural disasters, such as floods, or even earthquake could be affected by trees, and stuff like that. So I think conserving trees and protecting this thing does not only limit on energy and resources, but it helps in many ways. So I think by conserving trees and plants and all those kind of things, it helps in many things that we as humans don't consider that much. Maybe we say that, oh, it's not that much important, but in reality, trees are the main reasons why we are alive. Trees produce oxygen through many processes and all those kind of things. So I think because without trees we cannot breathe, and without trees we do not have ozone layers and all these things. Whereas if you, so this protecting trees is obviously an easy thing. So I think it goes on for the next generations and all those kind of things. Yeah, that's why I feel like trees is very important. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so you actually mentioned something within the lines of the trees are beneficiary and also very helpful for the environment and also for the animals, not only humans but also animals or living creature, as I must to say. So maybe this is the last question that I will ask today. Do you feel that within the veganism lifestyle, do you think that human, what is it, human compulsory needed to be healthy? So for instance, you actually need protein, you need what is it, carbon, something like that. Yeah, you need more than that, just plants like vitamin or also something like that. You actually need protein, which is actually you can get with meat. So do you think with the veganism lifestyle does really impact your what is it called, health beneficiary? So does it actually impactful because you're actually losing one of the main or one of the few things that actually in life requires you? So your body actually requires protein to be stay in shape, to be stay healthy, and does make does following the veganism lifestyle really intends you to shape or moving towards another way with which is like life can be still do with without the usage of protein, or does it actually mean that usage of protein will be decreasing and also the animal population will also increasing? So I guess that's actually the final question that I will ask for you today. This is
Okay, that's a very good question. Obviously, as humans, we need a lot of nutrients for our body, especially protein, because proteins is actually uh, a power for us humans to get a source for us humans to get power, so that we can work from day to day, survive from day to day, obviously. But I think there are many other things like obviously meat contains a lot of proteins. Obviously, meat contains a lot of proteins, but from vegetables and other things, you can also get protein. But protein is not the only thing that we need for our body. Obviously, you have vitamins, you have carbohydrates, and all of those things, and those are also equally as important as protein. Not only protein is important for our body. In fact, carbohydrates, and you have also the sugar and glucose that could also help our body are as a substitute for protein to make our body strong as well. So it does not really necessarily mean protein. And as well, plants actually have protein, but it does not have as much as animals, like I've stated before. But plants actually contains a lot more nutrition compared to meats and meats of other animals, especially cows and fishes and all those things. But I think even according to major scientists, many multiple scientists, that there are it is a healthier diet. So it is easier and a healthier diet to have a plant-based diet compared to a plant-based or an animal-based, sorry, an animal-based diet, where obviously it is healthier because, like I've said, plants contain more vitamins and more other important nutrition for our body compared to animals. So by eating a lot of vegetables or plant-based food, it helps our body to have a solid and a strong and a healthy body. So for us humans, we are able to survive without eating meats or products from animals. Because in the past as well, from our ancestors, it has been proven that our ancestors first started eating plant-based food, like fruits and from crops. It started from crops and it goes on to vegetables. We got onto how human development grows. It has been proven as well by multiple scientists. So I think eating meat is not really a necessary thing, whereas eating a plant-based thing is quite an important thing for a normal individual person. So it does not necessarily mean we need to eat meat. So yeah, that's the answer that I would give to you.
All right. I think that's all that we have, all the time that we have in for today's session of discussion. We are very thankful for Mr. Ahmad Raihan for his knowledge and insight for today's topic within centering around veganism. And thank you so much and have a nice day, everyone. See you soon.
In our ongoing coverage of the effects of veganism, it's crucial to bring in the voice of those directly impacted. We've spoken with individuals who have experienced both challenge and triumphs in their journey toward a vegan lifestyle. Let's hear their stories.
Okay, hello. I'm Nabil as a reporter here from the CNN News. I'm here with one of the local people in Ambarawa here in the location. We'll be interview about the vegan food production here. All right. Good morning, Mr. Atia.
Good morning,
Okay,
Mr.
so
Nabil.
okay. In terms of the mass production from the developed land, what is the effect as a local people from this environment?
Yes. In my opinion, the expansion of this land has made the nature around my house less beautiful. The problem is that with the expansion of the land, many trees are cut down, and the scenery becomes unsightly, and the air feels hot and not cool anymore.
Mm. Does the effect of the mass protection of oil palm plantation causes any matters on your environment here?
Of course, the expansion of oil palm plantations will threaten the endemic animals towards extinction. Also, the air is no longer cool since many trees have been cut down.
Okay, Mr. Atia, for the last question, um, you have been mentioning about the effect of mass protection before. My question is there any dialogue between business owner about the production that effect of your for the locals?
Mm, for that, as a layman, I don't really understand about the licensing. Maybe the local village official are more knowledgeable about this. For myself, there has been no discussion about it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Atia, for joining this interview today. Um, now we return to the BBC studio.
Okay, you're welcome.
Welcome back to CNN News. Our coverage on the effects of veganism takes a turn to the environmental perspective. And now is an expert opinion who sheds light on the ecological impact of embracing a vegan lifestyle.
Thank you for the opportunity. So I'll be asking the question for the Mr. Expert on this expertise. Veganism is one of the controversial issues that is happening right now on the society. They say that veganism care for environment, but it's really contradicting the fact that they deliver it on big amounts. By using trucks, the pollution made by the trucks also affect the environment. If we can take it further away, it's also the climate effect. So the solution I propose to the veganism that who believe that vegetarian food more healthy, they should start growing their own food so they could push down the effects on delivering their food for their stomach. Thank you. Maybe the expert could answer my question about this topic, because I think that this is really one of the most crucial things that we should care about. Not about the veganism only, but about the climate effect. Thank you.
Many research and studies have suggested that veganism is one of the best solutions for us to combat climate change and save the environment. Vegan diet and its food production is 40% less damaging to the environment compared to meat production. Meat industry itself contributes more than 57% of the greenhouse gas emission in the entire food production alone. Meat industry also occupy two-thirds of our agricultural land all over the world for raising livestock, and this land can no longer be used for farming. With less land, veganism can produce more food compared to meat production. However, it is not a perfect solution, as some crops that is favorable to the vegan consumer is really damaging to our environment. For example, the production of crops such as almond, soybeans, oil palms, and even avocados affect our environment greatly. Almond and avocados production is proven to be really damaging to the bee population. And soybean and oil palm production is also very damaging to our forest. For example, Amazon rainforest. It experiences yearly deforestation because the forest was cut down to make land to produce more soy. The soy then used to either for feeding the cattle or to be exported all over the world. In Indonesia, the rainforest in Borneo Island is also experiencing the same thing, but it's with the oil palm industry. However, let's not blame which one is good or which one is bad. I think we should strive to make both industry, either vegan or meat, to be more sustainable and less damaging to our environment. I think one of the most important thing is for the vegan people to find more alternative to that diet, as to not encourage more farmers to plant more destructive crops. I believe there are many beneficial crops that is good for the vegan, besides those that is damaging to our environment. Another solution is for our scientists to do some sort of DNA manipulation to reduce this crop's requirement to grow, or probably just outgrow, so we can produce more food with less land. One scientist in Japan, Dr. Kei Mori, managed to manipulate tomato DNA so that it no longer need a direct sunlight to grow, as tomato is one of the plant that need at least 8 hours of sunlight to grow. However, the new tomato that Dr. K produced no longer need a direct sunlight and can do well with just a filtered ultraviolet light, and it also grows significantly bigger and produce more tomatoes. And with the current advancement in data technology, I think we will see more of this new plant. Ultimately, it is the consumer job to select their product wisely. If you are vegan, or even if you are not, you should only use product that is not directly destroying our earth. because that's one way to stop this big industry destroying our environment.